Remember those childhood games like Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego and Where's Waldo? Could it be the WWE is trying to tap into this mystery by keeping fans wondering where in the world is Brock Lesnar, or is there a better reason? Join us now as WrestleLamia examines why Brock Lesnar is rarely on WWE TV. Keep in mind, when we say WWE TV, we're referring to both Raw and pay-per-views. In the spirit of courtroom dramas, let's imagine Vince McMahon presenting his case and the opposing argument. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I have come to you to explain why Brock Lesnar rarely appears on WWE television. While the mere fact that my name is Vincent Kennedy McMahon should suffice for any decision I make, I'm in a charitable mood today. I want to convince you that less is more when it comes to the Beast incarnate. Number 1. He's a big draw reserved for special events. As far as Vince McMahon is concerned, the Beast incarnate is a big ratings draw for Raw and pay-per-views. The WWE feels Lesnar's status as an amateur wrestling champion and MMA champion and his mammoth size make him a special attraction. It's arguable Vince McMahon thinks of Lesnar as someone like Andre the Giant, a special attraction that fans want to see once in a while, but not on a regular basis. Truth be told, Lesnar's matches are short and consist of the same moves, something that would get old on a regular basis, particularly in today's world of more sophisticated fans. The WWE is using Brock Lesnar today much as Vince McMahon Sr. used Andre the Giant, a special event that had fans buying tickets on the rare occasions he did appear. McMahon Sr. understood Andre's enormous appeal, but he also recognized he was the proverbial one-trick pony, a wrestler whose appeal was his extraordinary size. Vince Sr. sent Andre throughout the territories, with the eighth wonder of the world appearing a few times in each territory, so he didn't overstay his welcome. Such seems to be the case with Lesnar, as the WWE takes a less is more approach. In 2014, Lesnar's advocate Paul Heyman commented the following in a radio interview: "Brock Lesnar is not here 365 days a year, so when he appears, it's can't miss. It's something extraordinary. It's must-see. It's something special." Former WWE superstar Simon Dean shared his thoughts in 2018. "Brock's an attraction. You'd devalue him if he was wrestling 4, 5, 6 times a month. He's not built for that, number 1. It's not believable, number 2. And if you put him in the ring with just about anybody except Braun Strowman, it's not even close. Or maybe Roman. It's not even close to being believable that he would beat that guy in 10 seconds. So you have to keep him as a special attraction. When he comes out, you should be like, oh my god, he's here, like a heavyweight prize fighter." Number 2. The WWE wants to elevate the Universal Championship. There are usually 2 schools of thoughts when it comes to how often wrestling titles are defended. Number 1, their prestige increases if they are only defended on special occasions such as pay-per-views, and on regular TV when it's done to build up an angle. And number 2, that titles do not lose their prestige if they are defended often, because a prestigious title will boost ratings and pay-per-view buy rates no matter how many times it's defended. However, things must be put into perspective, as many fans feel that WWE's titles have been devalued over the last 2 decades, with even World Championships meaning very little. By the promotion's logic, it is keeping the Universal Championship reserved for special occasions like WrestleMania, the Royal Rumble, SummerSlam and the Survivor Series. This makes the fans eager to tune in when it's defended, making it feel like a big-time event. Number 3. The WWE wants to save his eventual defeat to create a new star. There is little argument that the WWE sees Brock Lesnar as its top guy, and they go out of their way to protect him and elevate him as an unstoppable force. Fans have questioned the way Lesnar has steamrolled over any and all opponents, making them look bad at their expense. The WWE seems to be doing it so that when Lesnar finally loses, whoever beats him will get a big jump in their career. Number 4. Every appearance costs money. The WWE Universe is well aware that Brock pulls in a lot of bank for less than a handful of pay-per-view appearances and a few TV spots here and there. However, by one report, Lesnar's contract extension after WrestleMania 34 bestowed him an incredible $127,000 every time he appeared on TV, and a stupendous $637,000 for pay-per-view matches. Additionally, the WWE pays him $637,000 annually for image rights and gives him 5% of his merchandise revenue. Any review of WWE records reveal Lesnar is the company's most well-paid wrestler, and since he's paid per appearance, these appearances must be limited as the WWE answers to its shareholders. Number 5. Lesnar doesn't want to work much. One of the reasons Brock Lesnar came back to the WWE, besides the company throwing an irresistible amount of money at him, was because he didn't have to work the soul-crushing schedule he did during his first run in the promotion. Recall that Brock Lesnar found the WWE schedule so bad that he purchased a private jet in order to deal with the hassles of traveling from town to town. However, even that wasn't enough to keep Lesnar committed to the company. Fast forward several years later and Lesnar had tried his hand at NFL football, failing there but succeeding in the UFC as its heavyweight champion. Lesnar must certainly realize he is considered a top star by the WWE, and he skillfully negotiated a lucrative contract that meets his personal needs for a few appearances. If the WWE were to ask for more dates, it's uncertain he'd do so. And number 6. Vince McMahon is seriously afraid of losing him. There's little doubt that WWE has one of the deepest rosters in company history, ranging from cruiserweights to heavyweights, both with its male and female superstars. Despite this vast array of talent, it's hard to think of any active WWE superstars who compare to megastars such as Hulk Hogan, The Rock, or Stone Cold Steve Austin. While the argument can be made that the WWE has a number of stars the fans are willing to get behind that could soar to those heights, the WWE's creative team has stifled any chance of this happening. With that in mind, Vince McMahon feels Lesnar is a superstar who comes close to some of the greats just mentioned. With All Elite Wrestling appearing to offer stiff competition and the WWE faced with the reality of having to deliver a certain amount of ratings, the last thing McMahon wants to do is lose the man he sees as a top star. Apparently, McMahon feels the same way about Ronda Rousey, hence the WWE keeping her happy, even if it means her taking a leave of absence to start a family. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter believes Lesnar will be in the catbird seat when his current deal expires, and commented, "If he wanted to fight, he'd be fighting now. You know he got a big offer from Vince. He's gonna do WrestleMania. I fully believe he's gonna do the Saudi show in May, and then if you know the contract's a three-way dance this time, Paul Lee is negotiating the biggest three-way dance of his life. AEW, WWE and UFC, all for the same guy. That's an interesting game, isn't it?" Number 1. Brock isn't the big draw the WWE believes he is. Unfortunately for the WWE, Lesnar isn't the draw they think he is, which makes it problematic for both the fans and the company. Although there's no denying the WWE is flush with money thanks to its lucrative TV deals and its business with the Saudi government, they have the money to pay Lesnar a lot of money for very few appearances, but they can't justify the spending. First, Lesnar is not a ratings draw on Raw. In 2018, Forbes.com broke down Lesnar's appearances, concluding the evidence doesn't support him as a draw. Consider these appearances and the ratings impact. October 24, 2016, Lesnar's return to Raw averaged 2.81 million viewers, a huge drop from Goldberg's return the previous week that averaged 3.13 million. January 16, 2017, Raw averaged 3.271 million viewers, up substantially from the previous week's 2.907 million. However, the January 9th episode went head-to-head with college football's BCS National Championship game, which averaged more than 26 million viewers. July 30th, 2018, Raw averaged 2.9 million viewers after averaging 2.7 million the previous week. This episode also featured the return of Ronda Rousey. September 17th, 2018, after Lesnar made a surprise return the previous night on Raw, the Red brand averaged 2.672 million viewers, down from the previous week's 2.74 million. The WWE Universe's apathy for Lesnar is supported by the ratings. The WWE continues to treat him as a big deal. Number 2. The Universal Championship's prestige hasn't improved under Brock. Brock Lesnar has had a lengthy reign as Universal Champion, but made infrequent title defenses. While it can't be overstated that titles don't hold the same prestige with the fans they once did, World Championships still maintain a certain amount of respect, which is why they're often contested during the main event. Brock's few Universal title defenses have done nothing for the belt's prestige, and it's almost an afterthought for Raw fans due to its absence. The lack of a World Championship seems to hurt Raw as opposed to SmackDown Live, where the WWE Championship is defended frequently without it losing any prestige. Furthermore, frequent title defenses were never a problem during the Attitude Era, and there's no reason to think that things have changed since then. While the WWE might justify Brock's rare appearances, his connection with the Universal Championship is bad for business and WWE fans. Number 3. Brock Lesnar hasn't helped elevate anyone but himself. The WWE's argument that whoever beats Brock will have their career made hasn't been proven yet. When Roman Reigns finally defeated Lesnar, the big dog's win did nothing to change the fans' hatred for a superstar who was supposed to be a babyface. Lesnar himself didn't help as he worked a slow-paced and short match that didn't make Reigns look strong but lucky. As bad as the Lesnar run has been for the Universal Championship, it's been even worse for the main roster. They have repeatedly fed its full-time stars to Lesnar largely in the role of cannon fodder, making them look incredibly weak. Bill Goldberg's win over Lesnar drove this point further as a non-WWE wrestler came out of retirement and quickly defeated Lesnar in a glorified squash. Number 4. Lesnar's WWE deal hurts WWE morale. If Lesnar was a proven draw, it might be easier to support his insane salary and minimal appearances. It's doubtful the WWE roster isn't jealous and or disgusted with Lesnar's easy schedule, particularly when he has done nothing to justify it. Consider these comments from Randy Orton after his controversial 2016 SummerSlam match against Lesnar, where the Beast busted him open the hard way. "I think with Lesnar, it's always going to be him coming in every few months as a monster who destroys guys who work 200 days a year. There's a tendency for that to get old. I could have looked a little better that night, and that would have helped me a lot regardless of the finish and not hurt Brock's character at all." And number 5. All Elite Wrestling doesn't want him. While a signing with All Elite Wrestling would create an initial buzz, it's difficult to see the promotion giving him the same deal as the WWF for such a limited amount of dates, or having him steamroll over their roster. All Elite Wrestling's Cody Rhodes has stated that the new promotion is looking to take a different approach than the WWE, and All Elite Wrestling fans could very well show their disdain for Lesnar were he to show up in the company. Although Vince McMahon should be concerned with Lesnar going back to UFC, All Elite Wrestling shouldn't be an issue. That isn't to say that Lesnar won't try and use AEW as leverage, now that the WWE has a well-financed competitor. All Elite Wrestling's best interests are to avoid signing Lesnar to anything resembling his current WWE deal. Well guys, there you have it, the case for Brock Lesnar's rare appearances and the case against. Be sure to leave your verdict in the comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.